to our David Barton newscast. My name is Bridget.
And I'm Ryan. We're starting our newscast today with news of the upcoming map testing.
Sierra sat down with Miss Maxwell and talked about what we can expect.
Let's watch that now.
Good morning. I'm here with Miss Maxwell to talk about our upcoming math test. Miss Maxwell, how long have you been ready for math test?
I have been working on the map test since about January.
What's the hardest part about getting the test ready?
Well, one of the hard parts about getting the test ready is you have to make sure that all the information is in the computer just right, and that every student is in the right test sessions. And probably the thing that takes me the longest is cutting apart all those little tickets that you guys get for the map test to make sure everybody has the right tickets for every session of the test that they take.
What do you worry about students' scores and how they do?
I don't know if I worry about student scores because our kiddos at David Barton are so smart. I just want to make sure that the kids do their very best on the test to let everyone know how great David Barton is.
Do you think there is too much pressure put on students about the map test?
I think our teachers at David Barton do a great job of encouraging our students and preparing our students. So I think they do a really great job of helping our students with that.
What can we do to help third grade not be so stressed about it?
Next week we're going to have a fun dress-up week, and we're going to put some posters down in the third grade hallway, and we're just going to encourage them to do the very best that they can. And I've been talking with them in counseling class about what they can do if they are worried in the middle of a test, or if they get anxious or stuck on a question, things like that.
What advice do you have for students who do well on the test?
Get plenty of rest. Eat a good breakfast, which you can eat here at David Barton, and make sure, most importantly, that you have a great attitude about the test.
Thank you, Ms. Maxwell.
Thank you.
Along with that, Demaria asked fifth grade students what they had a thought about map testing.
She also asked if they had any advice for third grade who will be taking the test for the first time.
Let's see what they had to say.
As we all know, math testing is coming up. We wanted to get some students' thoughts on the test. What are your thoughts? I'm here with Jamal as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
Well, my thoughts about the test are, sometimes it's really hard, but there's some portions of the test that are really easy. And I really like it, but then there's sometimes I don't like it.
What do you think is the hardest part of taking the test?
Trying to sit quietly and sit still for about a couple hours while you take different portions of it. And, it's hard to be quiet and not ask a lot of questions on it.
Do you have any advice for third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
Yes. Be respectful, be quiet, try and sit still, and there's a lot of other kids around you taking the test. Just don't be annoying. Don't kick your chair, tap your finger on the desk, stuff like that. Just try not to get on their nerves.
Thank you. I'm here with Piers as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
Well, I think the test is pretty good for kids, so they get more practice and it reviews what they've learned.
What do you think the hardest part of taking the test?
I think the hardest part is kids being impatient, and some kids don't actually listen and they're noisy, so it's kind of hard to concentrate on the test.
Do you have any advice for the third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
I think the third graders should review over a lot of stuff before they take it, and I think they should be polite to others who take the test because some might finish before the others. I think they should be quieter for the other students.
I'm here with Danny as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
Well, I'm nervous about taking the test.
What do you think is the hardest part of taking the test?
All the questions.
Do you have any advice for the third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
I hope they do a good first time on their math test.
I'm here with Kaylin as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
Well, it's pretty hard, so yes.
What do you think is the hardest part of taking the test?
Science and language arts.
Do you have any advice for the third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
Don't stress out. Just do your best.
I'm here with Sean as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
The test is pretty difficult to do.
What do you think is the hardest part of taking the test?
The math part, the math is pretty difficult to.
Do you have any advice for the third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
Well, I would say that just like try your best and try to get a good grade.
I'm here with Katrina as a fifth grader. You have taken the test twice now. What are your thoughts about the test?
It's like really hard.
What do you think is the hardest part of taking the test?
It's the questions.
Do you have any advice for a third grade who will be taking the test for the first time?
Yes.
Then what is it?
It will probably be really easy for the third graders.
Thank you. Oh, that's all for today.